April 27, 1813, with 1,700 American soldiers disembarked about 6 kilometers away from here, Fort York, Ontario. The Mississauga and the Ojibwe rained fire down on them. However, Benjamin Forsyth and his 1st Regiment of Riflemen, by 10:30, were able to rout the British and Ojibwe Mississauga warriors. The British under the 8th Regiment of Foot, their commander was killed by Benjamin Forsyth and his Regiment of Riflemen. By 10:30, they're back to the fort. The militia under the command of Ignatius Shaw didn't show up. He just took his militiamen and went back to his house along Dundas, ostensibly to protect the British in retreat from a flanking maneuver, but that was nonsense. The Americans ended up gathering outside the fort. Now, General Shea, he ordered the flag to be left rising in order to convey to the Americans that the British were still here. But in fact, he ordered a retreat, and a secret command was given out. He ordered the Lieutenant Tito Lefebvre to rig the 30,000 barrels of gunpowder at the Grand Armory to explode. And by 1 p.m., General Zubedon Pike was right here, near us, outside the palisade of this fort. And at 1 p.m., an explosion erupted, killing 55 Americans, including the great, famous General Zubedon Pike, immediately. 55 Americans dead instantly. 150 other Americans would die later. The Americans were so enraged that General Shea tricked them that the Americans would spend the next 2 days pillaging and rampaging their way through the early settlement of York, the future city of Toronto. This was the Battle of Fort York. Although it was a victory for the Americans, it didn't signify a lot of strategic value. It didn't hold on to a lot of psychological victory that the American Secretary of War and President James Madison was hoping for. However, the victory of the Americans was what's known as a Pyrrhic victory. It cost them a lot, including their great general. Eventually the British would retake the fort, but that is the quick synopsis of the Battle of Fort York, 1813. Kyle, Angry Archaeology. Let him have it!